Hello. How are you all doing? How is your week so far? Do you see the fly? Can you see it? It just won't go away. I keep trying to get rid of it. Anyway, so how is your week going? You know, it's only Tuesday, but my week is going pretty fast. Hello. Tooth pain, I'm sorry. I hope your pain feels better. I hope your tooth is healed. Oh, dentist tomorrow, yay. Hello. You've been gardening lots. I have been too. My ladybugs should be here tomorrow. I've decided to try. Oh no, it's attacking me. I've decided to try ladybugs to get rid of my spider mite problem. So I don't know. Hopefully it works. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here. This is not a Reiki Live. This is for tapping. This is for EFT and TFT. So today we are tapping for trauma and guilt. And we did one a few weeks ago for trauma and anger. It was pretty strong, pretty powerful stuff going on in there. At least for me anyways. So hopefully this is a good one too. And hopefully this fly leaves me alone. Just thinking about how, oh no. I hope you guys can see this and I don't just look like a crazy person, you know, twirling around. You were thinking about how nice I am today. Oh, well, thank you. Guilt is heavy. Guilt is heavy. So do I. I really don't like flies either. So today we are doing EFT and TFT tapping for guilt and trauma. So normally on here on my lives I do Reiki, but on Tuesdays we do tapping. So it's energy tapping, it's tapping on your meridians. There's similar points to acupuncture, so they have similar effects. So we are tapping to accept, release, transmute or transform our guilt and anger, our guilt and trauma. What is EFT and TFT tapping? So EFT is emotional freedom technique, and TFT is thought field therapy. So they're essentially just tapping on your meridians, like I was talking about. So it's allowing your energy to flow freely. We all know that we are energetic beings. We are made up of energy. All living things are made up of energy. And I'll tell you in just a second. So we get energy blockages from the things that we do on a daily basis, the people we encounter, the lifestyles that we live, things that have happened to us in our past, like trauma. So those buildups of stagnant energy, they can actually cause distress, they can cause physical ailments, they can cause diseases, they can cause you to be in a stuck, anxious state, depressed, all sorts of things. So we are tapping to help kind of break up some of that energy and just feel better. And today, instead of doing a generalized EFT and TFT session, we are doing a specific session for trauma and guilt. So if you don't have any trauma or any guilt, then I would say that you are probably not living a human experience. All of us have some kind of trauma. Maybe not guilt, but even if it's tiny trauma, even if it's not something that's, life-altering, something has happened to you throughout your life in one way or another that has caused you some kind of trauma. Even if it doesn't seem significant, it is. So let's just tap for that. So no matter where you're at on the level here between, 1 and 10, we normally rate our trauma. We're not going to do that because we don't really need to. We're likely not living in a trauma state at this particular moment, most of us. So we are going to be thinking about our trauma. We are going to be feeling it, letting it come up, and then we are going to be tapping for that. I have so much trauma. My therapist, sorry I missed things. It's like, whoa, that's a lot to unpack. It happens. I have lots of trauma too. If you, I haven't posted in a while, but if you guys are struggling with trauma, I do have a podcast. It's on my website, and it may or may not be helpful. It kind of goes over a lot of my trauma and things that I've done and things that maybe you can do to help yourself. I hope your appointment on Thursday goes well. You've lost all of your siblings and your mother. I'm so sorry for your losses. I have bad anxiety, so bad right now, okay? Oh, you did listen. Okay. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful. I'm not a professional podcaster. I just talk and ramble. Yes, we just started. We're just getting started. I was just explaining what tapping is for and, what we're going to be doing here. Hello, nice to see you. Oh, and I go live on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Sorry, I had to think about it. I changed the time. And Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't know what. So Anne, I would see your doctor maybe, or maybe a therapist as well. We all kind of can benefit from therapy in one way or another. We're just seeking out, just telling them what's going on and seeing if they can help you at all. So the ups and downs, I can't diagnose anything, but the ups and downs could be many things. But hopefully if you're dealing with trauma right now or guilt, we can help you with that. I'm sorry that you're going through that. If I was to describe my trauma, it would bring you to your knees, but I'm still standing. That's amazing. I'm glad that you're still standing. You're in California. Yes, my Sunday mornings are at 9 a.m., so that's like 6 your time, I think. So I'm going to start trying to go live in the middle of the day sometimes if I can. Oh my goodness. No, fly, no. No. I really hope you guys can see it because it's driving me crazy. Hello, Tom. I'll do healing while I make dinner. Absolutely. We are not doing Reiki today. We are doing EFT and TFT tapping for trauma and guilt. Hello, hello. I'm glad that you are all here. You don't know what tapping is, but yes, so this is for trauma and guilt. So chances are we have all suffered some kind of trauma. And tapping is just a way to kind of release some of that stagnant energy, break it up a little bit so that we can feel better. It's not going to cure or heal your trauma, but it is definitely a tool and a step in the right direction. So what I am going to say about guilt is that guilt is completely okay to feel. So we feel guilt because, even if it wasn't our fault, something that happened or any trauma, we still feel the guilt because chances are at that point, something else was going on, or we weren't maybe so kind to someone else because we were struggling, or we kind of put off things and neglected people and neglected ourselves, and we just hold guilt inside, and it kind of builds and builds. And at a certain point, I know a lot of us can't distinguish what we're feeling, so we have that trauma, and it gets to be like this jumbled up mess of sadness and grief and guilt and anger and fear of, repeated patterns and things like that. So unpacking that is a lot. Like someone mentioned, unpacking trauma in any way is a lot. So just be prepared. If anything comes up for you, if you get emotional, it is completely okay. Yes, I people please because of trauma too. It took me a long time to kind of get a little bit better at that, at not doing that. But yes, if things come up, if you get really overwhelmed, it's okay. Just breathe. And if you get, upset, if you cry, it's okay. I know I cried on the last one, so hopefully I can hold it together. I intended on recording an audio so that I didn't have to speak through the whole thing and I could just tap with you guys, but I ran out of time. So, kind of talking makes you emotional sometimes. I'm glad that you feel safe. This is a safe space for everyone, so thank you for being here. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so there are some things, if you're new to TFT, there are some things that are a little odd. I'm going to ask you to hum, like hum a tune. So any tune that pops in your head, go ahead and hum it. You can hum random things. It's okay. Let's see. Do you upload your lives to YouTube? Yes, I do. Most of them, if I can. Sometimes TikTok won't let me. It says like error or something. So yes, if I can. All right. So what we're going to do is just start off with a couple of breaths. Okay. So I'm going to just stretch it out a little bit. I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders. So sometimes just stretching feels really good. Opening up your heart space to receive. I'm sorry. If you have to leave, I will try to upload this to YouTube so you can do it later. Okay? So I'm going to close my eyes. You guys can join me. You're just going to take a long, slow, deep breath in. And exhale. With each inhale, we're going to try to bring ourselves more and more relaxation. And with each exhale, we're going to try to push out anything from our day, our week, our month, our year, our lifetime that has caused us pain, sorrow, trauma, anger, anything. Try to push it out and release it. You're going to inhale and exhale. Thank you for the rose. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with our karate chop point and just tap along with me. Either hand is fine. You can do 2 fingers, you can do 4, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, and repeat after me. You can change your phrases slightly so that they fit your needs. Even though I have had significant trauma in my life, I completely love and accept myself. I have had so much trauma in my life, and I hold in guilt because of it. The guilt that I feel sometimes is overwhelming, but it's okay to feel that way. I am safe in this moment, and I am safe within myself. I'm gonna tap on our chest now, collarbone, either side. Go ahead and inhale. I can feel this trauma throughout my entire body. It is sometimes consuming, but I know that I will be okay. The trauma that I have suffered is not my fault. I do not need to hold this guilt, and it is okay to release it. Okay, we're going to our gamut point. We don't need to count this out. We're going to be here for a while though. So just breathe. Feel those feelings. It's okay to think about your trauma. It's okay to think about the feelings of guilt. Just know that it is okay and it is not your fault. Just know that it is okay to accept the person that you were, the person that you are, and the person that you are becoming. Just breathe. Okay, we are going to look to center and keep tapping. We're going to look down into your left, back to center, down into your right, back to center. We're going to roll our eyes all the way around, back to center, all the way in the opposite direction, back to center. Now we're going to hum. Now we're going to count from 1 to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From 5 to 1 out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hum again. Okay, and now we're going to do our eye roll again, all the way around center, all the way around center. Okay, we're going to close our eyes, take a deep breath. I want you to picture something that you're grateful for in this moment. It could be large or small. I want you to picture that in your mind and feel the feeling of love and gratitude expanding. Feel that feeling expanding throughout your entire body, filling up your heart, center, and your mind. And breathe it in. Hold that loving feeling. And let go anything that is not serving you. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Okay. It's my dog, she's barking. Working on myself, but I'm scared of abandonment when I find myself. It is completely okay. So I have learned the more that you work on yourself, the more you find peace and a purpose within yourself. And that fear of abandonment, it doesn't go away completely. It's something that's probably going to always be there, but it's not going to be on the surface. It's not going to be something that is weighing on you all the time, because you're not going to be afraid to be alone. You're going to be okay, and you're going to know that you're going to be okay because you found love within yourself. So, just work on yourself. It's okay to work on yourself. It's okay to find love within yourself, and don't worry about those feelings of abandonment. Okay? It's okay. I cry all the time. I'll probably be crying by the end. I felt it, but I pushed it back down in. Shaking out bad salt through my feet. Okay, that's interesting. It's completely okay to feel the way that you're feeling. Let's see. Let me see what I missed. Thank you for the roses. Yes, you will be okay. We're gonna go over this, and once I, put it on YouTube, even if it won't let me upload, I'll make a new one for YouTube. And what we can do is, you can do this as many times as you need to, right? So you can, once you know the tapping sequence, you can do this whenever you need to. Hello. Hello. I'm doing well. How are you? I lost who I was at the age of 8. Now I'm 50 and been lost that long. I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry. Hopefully this is helping. No, you are not too late. We've only done one sequence of tapping. We're going to keep going. This is going to need a lot more. Trauma typically needs many, many sessions. So, yeah, we're going to keep going. Hello. Okay. So whenever you're ready, we're going to start again. Okay, if you've joined recently, we are tapping for trauma and guilt. And I'm going to say this again. I've already said it, but I need you all to know that your trauma is not your fault, and that guilt is an okay thing to feel. However, you do not need to feel it, right? It's okay to feel it. It's not something that you should feel shame about. It's not something that you should have to hide. However, guilt is something that we can release. We can release it because somewhere we know that we don't need to feel guilty about things, right? So if you've done things when you were suffering from trauma, or you were working on healing, if you were, if you neglected yourself or your family, or, your priorities, if anything had faltered while you were healing or while you were going through trauma, understand that you don't have to hold guilt because of that. We do things and we feel things differently when we are holding on to so much guilt, right? Someone said it already. We kind of lose ourselves, right? We lose ourselves, and we're not the same person. You don't have to feel guilty about things that have happened in the way that you felt when you were healing from trauma. Trauma, it kind of takes over everything about you until you feel like you have nothing left. So we're working on healing that so that we can be the versions of ourselves that we want to be. Okay, so I'm here. We are all here together, and we are healing. Thank you. Man, it's fly. Okay, ready? Yes. I saw something. My mom died suddenly when I was 10. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for your loss. hopefully I can get rid of this fly. I'll just ignore it during the tapping, but okay, so we're going to breathe. So just sit here and we're going to take a few deep breaths in and out, long, slow, deep breaths. So on our inhale, we're just breathing in love and life. Okay, feel that life-giving breath. And on your exhales, just try to work on releasing anything that is not serving you in this moment. With each inhale, just allow yourself to relax a little more. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start tapping here. Even though I feel this trauma and guilt, I completely love and accept myself. Sometimes I feel this guilt for things that I cannot change, but I know that it is okay. I will be okay. Even though I'm feeling this guilt from the trauma I have endured during my lifetime, I'm safe. I'm safe here in this moment, and I'm safe within myself. I know that I will be okay. It's okay to release what I've been holding on to. It's okay to release the feelings of guilt, the pain that I have endured. Take a deep breath here. Sometimes I feel this guilt so heavy on my chest. It's hard to release and it's hard to breathe, but I know that I can release it. I know that I will be okay. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, we're gonna start in. Yes, you are meant to do this. If you have suffered trauma and you suffer guilt, then you should tap along with me and you can say similar phrases to what I'm saying. We're going to sit here for a few moments. You don't need to say anything right now, just feel. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to think about the trauma that you repress. Allow yourself to acknowledge that it's okay to feel these things. It's okay to let it come up. It's okay to feel. Know that you don't have to feel guilty. Know that the trauma that you have endured is not your fault. And know that you are safe here. Okay. Just breathe. I can release this trauma. I can release this guilt. I can let go of things that I cannot change. I'm going to be okay. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. Open and look to center. Look down into your left. Look back to center. Down into your right. Back to center. Roll your eyes all the way around. Back to center. Roll your eyes in the opposite direction, back to center. Now I want you to hum a tune. This can be any tune. Count from 1 to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count from 5 to 1 out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hum again. Okay, we're going to roll our eyes all the way around and the other way. Okay, and now close your eyes and take a deep breath. Release and let it go. Your inhale, bring in a loving, grateful feeling for something that you are grateful for. Show your gratitude and love. Hold that in your mind. Let it fill up to your heart space here. Do you feel that pure, warm, loving energy there? Okay. So, how are you guys feeling? I know it's super emotional to bring up thoughts of trauma, but I feel like it's important. When you go through trauma or you're suffering from guilt or you hold things in, it builds up and it festers and it keeps building and building and building. And it's good to let it out. It's good to rethink about those things that have happened to you. Not dwell on them, but just think about it and let it pass, right? So it's good to not unpack and live there in that sad, guilty state, but to feel it and let it pass through you. Okay, I'm gonna go back through the comments. Sorry I missed so many. Hello, hello. Thank you for the fire and thank you for the rose. Hello, I'm glad that you're here too. I'm doing well. How are you? Your foot hurts. I'm sorry that your foot hurts. Yes, you are supposed to do it with me. Yes, I love Reiki too. And I'm glad that you feel relaxed here. So we're doing EFT and TFT today, but I will be back soon for Reiki. Well, I don't. I'm young. Okay. Relaxed. Good. So you have a pain in your throat. So from what I understand, trauma can be felt anywhere. It can be held anywhere. So if you're having a pain in your throat, then maybe you're holding on to trauma there. But it felt good. Maybe it's a release then. Oh, I'm so glad. I love you too. You feel tired today. It's okay. It's okay to feel tired. This is relaxing for the most part, so I think that feeling tired is okay. Energy that is holding you back, you have no clue where to start. So meditation is really, really great. I know lots of people in here do Reiki. Reiki is really great for releasing energy, but meditation, you can meditate and release, and also you can meditate and gain clarity on where to start. So if you have had significant trauma or you have like a large buildup of stagnant energy or negative energy, then meditating can help you gain clarity on that. So your meditation doesn't have to necessarily be sitting down with your legs crossed and prayer position kind of meditation. It can be walking meditation. It can be, I don't know, just bringing your awareness outward, sitting outside, listening to things, focusing on your breath, repeating a word or a mantra or an affirmation over and over and over again can help you focus on, get you in a meditative state. So there's just a lot of ways. This brings me back to 1976 when I left my kids and my country for so many years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For things like that, I know that you feel probably guilt associated with that, and just know that in those moments or in moments after, we only can do our best, right? We can't do better than our best. So, worrying about things that we can't change, or feeling guilty about things that we can't change, it's not going to serve us in a positive way. So just know that it's okay. What happened, it's okay how you feel, and you don't have to feel that way. What do you think sets spirituality apart from religion? Nothing really. So I think it's all a belief system, and I think everything is right. Spirituality, religion, I think it's all right if it's right to you and you believe it and it serves you to a higher purpose. If it brings you peace and it brings you happiness and it brings you closer to your source, whatever that might be, brings you closer to your higher self, then I think that it's all great. I don't know. I don't think that there's anything that really sets the two apart. I mean, if you're talking about certain practices, then yeah, there are differences in practices between spirituality and religion. I believe that there are certain freedoms that you can have with spirituality, not being stuck to a strict belief system. You can kind of have a mixture of belief system with spirituality, but you can with religion too. So I don't know. I think it's all beautiful. So it's a beautiful way to think. Yeah, I mean, I would never say that someone's religion is wrong, because I think there are just many different ways to see things and see the world, and that makes us all unique, and that is wonderful. If we were all the same and we all believed in the same things, then we would probably just be bored a lot. I don't know. Anyways, let's get back to tapping. I've talked long enough. Are you guys ready? I don't know if I am. It's kind of tough. So I'll share a quick story. Not too much of a story because I'll cry and you won't be able to understand me anyway. So, I have a lot of guilt for not being the mother that I knew that I could be when I was going through a lot of trauma and healing, and not being present, and not, I don't know, you have regret sometimes when you're struggling and you're barely staying above like water, like you're barely making it yourself, and you can not give anymore, and you don't give enough to your children. And I think that is something that I will always hold guilt towards. So that's a big one for me. So yeah, I don't know. I also hold guilt towards, I also feel guilt for when I was molested as a child, never telling anyone. I don't feel guilty for not telling anyone. I feel guilty because I feel that I would have guilt if I would tell someone, right? So like I never would, my mom still doesn't know. I would never tell my mom about what happened because I know that then she's a wonderful person and I love her very much, but I know that then I would have to be responsible for her feelings, right? And I would have to be responsible for making her feel better about it. And so you guys know that's not your job. It's not your job to make someone else feel better about feeling bad about something that happened to you, right? And I think we all get that mixed up sometimes. I should make a podcast about that. But it really isn't. It's not your responsibility to have to make someone else feel better. If they're upset about something, then, and I need to take my own advice, but if they're upset about something, then that's something they have to work through, right? So that's my story. That is what I am tapping for. So, hello. You struggle with religion, but spirituality you have no problem with. So there's a difference between believing that spirituality and religion, it's all right, it's all okay, it's all acceptable, and being able to want both in your life. So I don't view myself as a religious person. I don't agree with some of the principles in certain religions. So yeah, I mean, you can struggle with one or the other and it's still fine. Same. It's okay. I'm sorry that your daughter hasn't talked to you. I know as a mother that has to be very, very hard, and I'm truly sorry. Okay. So I'm getting all emotional. I have to take some deep breaths. Okay, let's take a couple deep breaths. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but my exhales always feel so much better, right? Inhaling seems like I can feel the inhale, it feels good, but for me, a good exhale is amazing. So let's try it. Just focus on your breath. Think about it for a second. Feel how it feels to inhale and exhale. Just the fact that when I exhale, my shoulders come down and my heart space, my center here just relaxes, right? So it feels really good. So we're going to try again. Okay. And thank you so much for the roses. Carry guilt from my past. I had 28 years of drug addiction. I'm sorry. But I see had and past, so congratulations, and moving forward with your life. I think that is amazing, and that's definitely worth celebrating. Sorry, my nose is getting stuffy because I'm getting emotional. All right, let's go again. If you joined us recently, we are tapping for trauma and guilt, and yes, and a fly. Okay, let's go again. Okay, tap along with me, and you can say phrases that are similar, change it up however you need to do. You can make it specific to your trauma and guilt. Even though I feel trauma and guilt, I completely love and accept myself. It's important to know that when I feel these feelings of guilt, sadness, to let them pass, not to hold on to them. I know that I will be okay. I know that I was doing my best. I know that you can only do what you can do. Feeling guilt and worry do not serve me. I know that I will be okay. I know that I'm safe in this moment, and I'm safe within myself. Guilt and trauma are nothing to be ashamed of. Stay here, push your shoulders back, and take a deep breath. I work on releasing this trauma. I work on healing, and I work on letting go of my guilt with each passing breath. I'm going to tap on our pointer finger here. Okay, and we're going into our gamut point. Just keep tapping here for a little while. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to count them. Just feel. You can think about that trauma. All right. I want you to close your eyes while you're tapping. And I want you to go in your mind to a situation where you've experienced trauma. I want you to see yourself from an outside perspective. Walk over to yourself. Give yourself a nice, long hug. Just let them know that they will be okay. And let them know that it is not their fault. I want you to stay in this moment and feel the love. Okay, we're going to open our eyes. We're going to look to center, look down into your left, look back to center, look down into your right, look back to center. We're going to roll our eyes all the way around, look back to center, roll your eyes all the way around in the opposite direction, back to center. I want you to hum a tune, any tune. And I want you to count out loud from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hum again. Okay, close your eyes and take a deep breath. One more time. Okay, how are you all feeling? The fly is back, yes. Is it okay to get angry? Yes, it is okay to feel anger. Anger is something that doesn't really serve us in a positive way. However, anger usually teaches us something, right? I mean, I guess that's positive, but emotionally, it doesn't really serve us in a positive way. But we do usually have a lesson attached with it. So yes, it's okay to feel angry. Yes, I do watch Alchemist Kennedy, and I really enjoy his lives. What does this technique do? So I would it's probably more than I can explain on here. I would research EFT and TFT. So EFT is emotional freedom technique, which is just allowing us to gain basically freedom from those thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are, or our physical distress that is kind of weighing us down. And we do this by tapping on meridian points in the body that help energy flow, positive energy flow. So think about it as like pathways or streets that are blocked, they're congested, there's traffic. If there's congestion, then things can't get through. Same thing with positive energy. If you have a lot of stagnant energy in your life, example from trauma and guilt, then we kind of live in that stuck state. We can't be the best versions of ourselves. So tapping really helps to release that. And TFT is thought field therapy. It's less about saying things out loud and allowing you to accept it and release it. It's more about thinking about it, feeling it internally. But we're still, again, tapping on those meridian points. You can't go there and see them all. Watch me suffer again and do nothing. I understand. That's okay. That's okay if you can't. So the point of that specific technique of kind of walking you back is to allow you to understand that it's okay. So when we see our past selves, whether it's a childhood self, if it's a teen self, if it's an adult self, we see that trauma and we oftentimes relive that trauma, and we relive it in a way so that our mind views that version of ourselves as not being able to do anything, as not being able to change it now. It's something we just have to live with. It's something that happened to us and it's just there. So if we can take ourselves back and just kind of rewrite that a little bit in your mind so that your mind knows that it's okay to release and it's okay to know that that happened to you, to say it out loud and to let that go a little bit so that you can move on somewhat and be a better version of yourself, a happier version. You just got on. Yes, you can jump in. We're gonna do it again. Lots of tears, I'm sorry. It's okay. You feel peace and love and gratitude. Yes, I am glad that you feel good. I'm glad that you feel peace and love and gratitude. And you're welcome. I'm grateful for you being here. Thank you for the roses. Sorry, what was the second one? EFT and TFT. Yes, TFT. Thank you. Okay. Yes, just do some research. It's actually, so I always say this, but not really. Reiki is something that I practice, and I'm so used to saying that Reiki isn't widely accepted by people, but it is now. They're using it in hospitals, and I think that that's amazing. But EFT and TFT are more widely accepted. I believe they're widely accepted in the therapy community. So if you go to a therapist, oftentimes they will assist you in doing EFT or TFT, or even if not, they'll at least know what it is. So I think that that's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. It has helped me with my trauma and more so my anxiety. So being able to tap when I feel really anxious has helped me a lot. anyways, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the gifts and the shares and the follows and the comments and the likes. I appreciate all of them. Okay. Are we ready to do it again? I'll try not to make you cry this time. Hopefully, we can help release and feel a little bit better. But crying again isn't a bad thing, so don't fear it. All right. I'm glad that you are able to find, some relatable content in my stories, and I'm sorry that you're still feeling anxious. Hopefully you're able to calm and relax. Even if not through this, I have lots of YouTube videos, that you could try and help you relax, maybe a meditation. Also, there are tons of other ones out there, millions of videos on YouTube that can help you relax. All right, let's go again. So we're going to take a deep breath. Okay, on your inhales, just allow yourself to feel a little more relaxed with each inhale. And on your exhales, just push out anything that you're holding on to. Just envision that flowing out through your breath back into the universe. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Okay, let's get started. Tap along with me. You can change the phrases so that they fit you. Even though I have suffered so much trauma and I hold a lot of guilt because of it, I completely love and accept myself. I'm working on understanding that the guilt that I hold on to, I do not have to hold on to it. I can release it. I am healing from my trauma, and I know that I am safe. I am safe within this moment, and I am safe within myself. Sometimes my trauma, it weighs on me, but I know that I will be okay. When I think about events from my past, I often feel great guilt because of things that I cannot change. I accept this. I accept these feelings of guilt, but I can also release them. Take a deep breath here. I'm going to be okay. Tapping on your index finger, or your pointer finger. Okay, moving on to our gamut series. We're going to sit here and breathe. Let those thoughts of trauma, our past, things that have happened to us, large events or small events, think about those. It's okay to think about it. It's okay to talk about it. And it is okay to feel guilt surrounding those situations. We don't have to let these feelings stay. We can release that guilt. Stay here and breathe. Just know that your trauma is not your fault. Know that you can't change the past, but you can accept the past version of yourself. You can accept the current version of yourself, and you can look forward to the person that you are becoming. It's okay. It's okay to love yourself. Breathe in that loving feeling. Okay, we're going to keep tapping here and look forward at center. Look down into your left, back to center. Down into your right, back to center. I want you to roll your eyes all the way around, back to center. Roll them in the opposite direction. I want you to hum a tune, any tune. Count from 1 to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 1 out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hum again. Okay, let's roll our eyes all the way around. Roll your eyes in the opposite direction. Put your hands down and close your eyes. I'm going to take a moment in this space and breathe. I want you to think back to the version of yourself who has suffered the greatest deal of trauma. And I want you to look at yourself now and be happy, be proud, be grateful for the person that you have become. Know that the person that you were when you suffered this trauma is a part of you that you should love and accept, a part of you that you should show gratitude for, because that part has made you who you are today. I want you to love all versions of yourself. Hold that loving feeling in your heart, in your mind. The past versions of you that have suffered trauma are strong. They're brave, they're courageous. And they are lovable. They are accepted. They are safe within you. You are safe. You are safe here, and you are safe within yourself. Hold that loving, grateful feeling in your heart space. Place your hands on your heart and feel it. Feel that feeling growing throughout your entire body. You can open your eyes. How are you feeling? I've got a tear. I think you're just super anxious. No, that's not bad. Oh, you said it's bad. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Is it bad that you're humming circus theme? No, anything that resonates with you, go ahead and hum it. I usually hum Happy Birthday or Mary Had a Little Lamb or just random things because that's just what I'm drawn to, I guess. Yes, it is. It is okay to cry. Even if you're grateful, there's a part of us that gets emotional when we think about the things that we've been through, or when we think about the fact that we feel guilt. It's okay. It's all okay. Yeah, I cried at the end too. You're feeling a release. So, just so you all know, you can release without talking. Therapy is super helpful. It is an amazing tool for healing, and it's something that you should utilize if you can, if you're able. For me personally, therapy got me only so far. On my journey, it got me so far because talking isn't my thing, right? So I internalize a lot of things, and even if I talk about it, I feel like talking to someone, is pointless kind of, because they can give me tips and techniques, but they don't know me at all, and you have to pay them to be there, and oftentimes I felt my therapist just didn't even want to be there. That's not true for all therapists. There are amazing therapists. I actually have a friend that's a therapist, and she's wonderful. But she never treated me. So I feel like all of these things that are out there for us to find and use are amazing to use with therapy or even without. So this is an amazing tool that you can use on your own at home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to talk, which is good. And if you do talk, you're only talking to yourself, right? So I don't know. I love it. I think it's great. It's a great technique. Sorry, I missed comments while I was rambling on. You feel a release. I'm glad. I'm thankful for you being here. And I'm glad that you feel that it's a safe space. And I love this community too. It's honestly the reason that I come back. I'm not fond of TikTok. Shh, don't tell TikTok. But I love the people in the community, and I love being able to connect. So thank you all for being here. Okay. So how are we feeling? Do we think we need to go again? Do we need another session? Another tapping session? This will be on YouTube. If this one isn't, I'll just create a new one. Yeah. Thank you so much for the presents. I appreciate it. Yes, please. Okay. One more time, and I am going to go. I made bean and veggie tacos, and yeah, I'm excited to eat it. Thank you for the roses. You're good? Okay, I'm glad. If you're good, then you can go and have a happy evening, have a great evening. Just relax, do something for you, show yourself some self-love in one way or another. Yeah. Do you get tired after these? I get tired only because this is kind of my bedtime, and also because I get kind of overwhelmed with doing lives sometimes. So that's kind of why. My anxiety kind of still gets to me sometimes, and doing a live is kind of overwhelming for me. So a little. I will see you soon. Thank you for being here. So you said you don't think you can stay for another one because it was somewhat draining with crying. I'm sorry. This would wear you out. Yeah. So if crying was overwhelming to you and you need a break, then take a break. Yeah, listen to your body and your energy levels, and listen to your emotional state as well. If it's too much to be in this moment, then it's too much. Sometimes we're not ready to keep going, or sometimes we only have it in us to do a little bit of healing, and that's fine. That's nothing to feel bad about or to question. You don't have to keep pushing through it. You can always come back at another time. You can always try to release at another time. So yeah, that's mainly the reason that I'm taking such long breaks between each one, because it's overwhelming for me to go through all of this. So I understand. The crying was helpful for you. Yeah, so crying is helpful for me. It's a release. However, I do understand how it's draining. Absolutely. All of it's draining. So yes. Okay, so I'm going to give a couple seconds for anyone that wants to go and maybe find something relaxing to do. I'm sure that there are like Reiki lives or sound healing lives or meditation lives, and you can just relax a little bit and just maybe step outside and take a couple of breaths outside and just feel, nature, or a bath, or I don't know. For me, if I get really drained, yoga. See, yeah. If I get really drained from crying, I like to do, I guess people call them ice facials. I never knew what it was called. But putting your face in cold water, like ice water, for me, that kind of completely resets everything that I have cried, like every time I've cried. So I love that. I'm glad that you're here. I think it's awesome. Yoga Zoom classes, those are awesome. Okay, so everyone that wants to stay, you can go ahead and stay, and we'll do one more tapping session. Yes. Maybe we'll do a chime here. It's loud, so watch out. Okay. Let's start with a deep breath. Actually, before we start, let's take a sip of water. If you have something to drink, take a sip of water. I just feel like we need to hydrate really quick. Got my giant jug of water. Okay. All right, now I'm just gonna start with a couple of breaths. With this breath, I want to envision it going in through my heart center and being pumped out through my entire body, so that loving energy and life-giving breath can then be felt through your entire body. Feel the warmth of the energy and love going to your fingertips and your toes. See that love and gratitude in your mind. Allow yourself to relax in this moment. Allow those thoughts of your past traumas to come up, but only to the level that you are okay with in this moment. Allow yourself to feel that feeling of guilt that you've been holding on to for a long time. It's okay. You are safe here. You are safe in this moment. Your body and your mind are a temple, and you are safe within that temple. Okay, open your eyes. Let's begin with our karate chop point. You can tap here. I hope you can all see me now. We're tapping on our karate chop point. You can say the phrases that I'm saying. You can change them to fit your needs. Even though I have suffered great trauma in my lifetime, and I often have feelings of guilt because of it, I completely love and accept myself today and every day. Moving on, either side or both sides. I know that the trauma that I have endured is not my fault. I can't change the past, but I can accept the past version of myself, the current version of myself, and I look forward to the future version of myself. I know that I will be okay. I know that I am safe here. My thoughts, feelings, and emotions are safe within myself. My body and my mind is a temple. It's a safe space for me. It's a safe space for my thoughts, feelings, emotions. Even though when I think about my trauma and my past, I get a tight feeling in my chest. I know that I can release this feeling. Take a deep breath. I know that I can release this feeling of guilt because it is not my fault. I am doing the best that I can here. I did the best that I could when I was enduring the trauma and going through a healing process. It's okay to feel those feelings. Just let them flow through you like your breath. Don't let them unpack. Don't let them stay. Don't focus on them. Feel them and let them move on. Okay, we're on our gamut point. We're going to be here for a while. If you need to rest your hands down lower, you can. Keep tapping here. I want you to breathe. I want you to allow yourself to think about your trauma. I want you to allow yourself to feel that feeling of guilt. It's okay. Trauma and guilt are not bad. They are not things to be feared. to be ashamed of talking about, to be ashamed of thinking about. It's happened, it's in the past, and you are going to be okay. We're healing here. Okay, let's look to center. Look down into your left, back to center, down into your right, back to center, around in a circle, back to center, around the other way. I want you to hum a tune, any tune. Count from 1 to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count from 5 to 1 out loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hum again. Spin your eyes around in one direction, around in the opposite direction. Now you can stop tapping and close your eyes. And breathe here. With your eyes closed. One last time, I want to go back and visualize the person, the version of you that suffered trauma. This can be a child, a teenager, an adult. This can be you yesterday. It's still an earlier version of you. I want you to see this version of you. I want you to walk over to this version of you. Grab your hand. Acknowledge that you are safe together. You have each other. Even if you have no one else in that moment, you have each other. See yourself, truly see your past self. Look at your eyes, your hair. Look at what you're wearing, what you're doing. Feel that feeling of holding the hand of your past self. Feel that warmth and love. Let that warm, loving feeling grow from your hand to your entire body. Let it fill up your heart space, knowing that you are safe, knowing that you are not alone, knowing that you are going to be okay. Let it fill up your mind. Envision this like a warm, light, a loving, healing energy throughout your entire body. Sit with this feeling for a moment and breathe. One more time, I want you to acknowledge that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are accepted, that you are going to be okay. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. Are you guys all right? Are you still with me? Good evening. I'm sorry. Are you guys all right? You're so quiet. It was good. Okay. Just a lot. I know. It is a lot. Hello. You're all crying. I'm crying. You're welcome. If you joined late and you missed a lot, then you can just rewatch this. I'm going to try to upload it as soon as I can to YouTube, and you can rewatch it if you need to. Yeah, it is a lot. So I do recommend after heavy sessions like this to find something some way to love yourself, right? So something that you can do that just shows yourself some compassion and love. Guilt is pretty heavy, and it's not something that you have to feel, right? It's okay to feel anything that you're feeling, but it's not something that you have to carry throughout your life. Guilt it's very heavy, and it's something that can hinder, being the person that you want to be, living the life that you want to live. The feeling of guilt can consume you and your energy. So allowing yourself to heal and release your trauma and release your guilt, it's powerful. So yeah. But yeah, after a session like this, show yourself some love. Take a shower, take a bath, go outside, allow yourself to have a treat, relax a little if you're able to. I know I have children. Some people have children, or they're working or doing other things and they can't really relax. But at some point, whenever you get a chance to just show yourself some love, say some healing affirmations, some loving affirmations. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is a hard one for me. But if you look at yourself in the mirror and you find what you feel are flaws, and you focus on those things, and you just say to yourself over and over and over again that you love yourself, that you are beautiful, that you are perfect the way that you are, that you are healing, that anything that you've gone through is not your fault, that you are strong and amazing, and this body that you have has carried you throughout your life and is capable of amazing things. You are capable of amazing things. You can do anything that you put your mind to, that you strive for. You can be the higher version of yourself, the better version of yourself. Just say those things, and those flaws that you see, you'll eventually stop seeing them. Or if you don't, you'll learn to love them. So that's hard for me to do, but I do try to do it when I remember. So maybe try that. Thank you for the roses. My nose is stuffy. I'm crying. So next Tuesday, we are working on anxiety. So that's a big one too. Lots of us have anxiety, and lots of times anxiety is triggered by trauma, ironically enough. So yeah, that'll be fun. If you missed this session, I am going to put it on YouTube, I think, if I can. Hopefully you guys are all done crying and you're doing all right out there. You're so quiet. You're welcome. I'm glad that you found this live then. You're good. Yay. I'm glad. I think it was helpful. It was helpful for me. So thank you guys for being here with me so that I didn't have to do it alone. So I think that that's beautiful. You need to be on East Coast time. Yeah, maybe they fell asleep. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do lives at different times. I just can't do lives any later because I was doing lives later, till like until midnight sometimes, but I have to go to sleep, so I cannot. I'm gonna be up late now because I haven't eaten, unless I just don't eat. I don't know. You missed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you missed it. I'll be here next Tuesday to do more tapping, and I don't know if I'm gonna eat tonight. I usually try not to eat after 7. I don't know. If not, I'll eat it for lunch tomorrow, and it will be delicious. What was I gonna say? Tuesday. I'll be here on Friday too. Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see you guys then, if not before. Hello, Missy. I have missed you so much. I was thinking about sending you a message yesterday, but I was gardening. I don't know why I thought about you when I was in the garden, but I did. And I was gonna send you a message, and by the time I came in, I was exhausted from the heat and I didn't remember to. But I was thinking about you. How are you? Perfect date. Yes. So Friday at 8. I saw a caterpillar. No, but I did plant milkweed so that I do see monarch caterpillars. I don't know if that counts. I didn't see a mean one that was gonna bite me though. So I will have to send you a message when I'm done here because I have missed you. And I've been concerned. Not concerned, but I've just been worried about you. Wondering what you were doing. Okay, I'm going to go and I will see you all soon. So thank you, Missy, for the rose. Have a good night, everyone, and hopefully I didn't make you cry too much. Hopefully you'll still come back and see me again. And usually Reiki, we all don't cry so much, so maybe try that on Friday. All right, have a good night.